This is a topic that we could probably spend a whole couple hours on. Yesterday when I did contracts and negotiations, I did about 30 minutes, just about 20 minutes just on this topic. So if you want more information about how do you register, limit your exposure, monitor and enforce your intellectual property in Asia, check out that YouTube video that I did under contracts and purchase orders. But just for your reference, since some of you maybe don't have time to visit that, the basics to keep in mind are that in China in particular and most of Asia, it's a first to register, not first to market IP system. That means if we're at the trade show and you show me or your supplier some really cool product and you've got a great logo, and I beat you to Beijing to register that logo under my name, you now have to buy it back from me. Now imagine I'm your supplier and you give me a purchase order and I do some checking around and I realize that you didn't register your IP, so I register it in Beijing first, even though you've been in the marketplace a lot longer. 2 years go by and now you want to switch suppliers. You don't want to deal with me. I might say, well, yeah, you can switch suppliers, but by the way, I registered your brand. So if you want to do business in China, you either need to do it with me under your brand or find somebody else under a different brand. I would never do that, but you get the picture. So if you don't control your own brand and logos from day one, someone else can take it and run with it, and you're fighting a really steep uphill battle. The good news, as I talked about yesterday, if you do have the contract in place, you own the intellectual property, it's been registered, it only costs, I think it's up to now, 600 Australian dollars to register a logo and a brand name in China. I can introduce you to the attorneys that do it for me. So it is very affordable, and the good news is if it does go to court in Asia, especially China, there's more of a level playing field than ever before. It's not like 10 years ago where a foreign party is never going to win in a Chinese court of law. I'm in 10 cases, I have 8 victories and 2 reasonable settlements as a foreigner against Chinese parties. Excuse me. Okay. A lot of people ask me, Mike, how do I arrange the logistics?